Seiko is known for having a dedicated audience of watch enthusiasts who've loved their value for money, the variety offered, and execution of a product for decades now. Seiko offer watches that are in-house, hitting all price points from £100 all the way up to six figures. It's no secret that the Seiko SKX is a hugely well-loved and well-documented watch in their lineup. The 007 and the 009 specifically have been around since the 90s, remaining unchanged. However, the latest Seiko 5 Sports are here to update the affordable icon that sits in so many watch boxes around the world. Last year we saw the first most obvious step towards this in the shape of the Seiko 5 Sports SRPE. Nicknamed the 5KX by the community, 27 models, all with rotating bezels, familiar colours, a case design closely resembling the SKX, and an eclectic mix of standard watch straps were all presented. This was pretty big for Seiko and the community. And now in 2020, Seiko has just a little bit more acknowledgement to throw at the community with new additions, and this time they're bezel-less. The new Seiko 5 Sports now rock a completely smooth bezel, dropping the overly sporty and practical rotating bezel we've seen before. The other change that is noticeable is a slight shift in hands used, as the minute hand is now a little slimmer with a more compact arrow-tipped hand. Colours and options remain a big selling point of the newest Seiko 5 as well, as we see a large variation available right from launch. It is just another part of these watches that are hard to ignore, as we see greys, blues, greens, blacks, two-tone models with both rose gold and yellow gold colours now available. Seiko is really not messing around with these new Seiko 5s. So some final personal thoughts from me, and I only really see these new watches as a positive, not just for Seiko fans, but the watch community as a whole. Many of these additions are clearly inspired by the work of the Seiko modding community that's completed over the years. Last year was the first sign of this, but this year is where we're starting to see real change in this range. With the case remaining at 40mm wide, these newer, slightly less sporty models inject some slightly more varied style options for the sub £300 mark when it comes to Seiko. For years, the only few £100 Seiko to own as a beta or a first watch has been a diver, be it the SKX, a Sumo or a Samurai. But now we have a clean Black Bay 36 feeling model now as a pretty strong option. With a selection of colours and styles to suit all manner of wrists and at a price point that remains sensible, these proven formula watches from Seiko are bound to fly. To find out more about the new Seiko 5 Sports models, we'll leave a link in the description below. Let us know if you want to see more of these sorts of videos on the YouTube channel, and as always, see you in the next video.